My name is Lakshmi Kumar. I'm the founder director of the Orchid School. Orchid School is 14 years now. We are a school that constantly brings matters that are very relevant to our students' life, whether it is a curriculum or extracurricular activities or other programs. So with this in mind, this year we planned the annual theme, Health is Wealth. The main reason why we thought of health is that any day you open a newspaper, you see that how the young generation is going to be susceptible for all the health hazards, whether it is diabetes, heart attack, blood pressure, cancer. The millennial, that is the young students are called the millennial group, and they would be extremely affected. And one of the reasons that is stated is the lifestyle that our children lead and we also lead. So we thought that apart from teaching math, physics and science and chemistry and social science, we also need to teach them some life skills. So I conceived the idea of Health is Wealth as a whole year's theme. And I didn't want to approach this topic from a disease point of view or from an organ point of view. This is very important, point of how we approach health. So I said, let's take all the lifestyle choices that we make, whether it is about number of hours of sleep, how many hours we watch on screen time with mobiles and televisions and technology, and which means how little time we spend with our families but more time online. And look at our lifestyle choices of eating more junk food and more fizzy drinks and less water. And we think that our work is very sedentary. We are not working very much hard, so we're sitting at the desk the whole day, which means fitness becomes a very big challenge. And so I thought of choosing these lifestyle choices and exploring how our students use these. But we didn't want to do a simple go to the Google, download all the documents and present it. Instead, what we did is we made templates on each of those lifestyle behavior. So for example, how many hours do you sleep? So we asked the students to actually document, Monday to Saturday. And we said, okay, on a working day, do I sleep more, or on a holiday, do I sleep less? Do I have enough sleep at all, or am I spending more time on the screen? Similarly, we, for example, chose the topic water, and we asked the students to record the water intake. How many glasses of water I drink in the morning, how much during the school, how much after school, and is my water intake enough as recommended by, let's say, the medical professions. And then like this, we thought of fitness, we started talking about meditation, breathing exercise, and we mapped all this behavior. And then we did a lot of comparative analysis. Is my water intake good on holidays or better on working days? And if it was low, then we said to teachers, now let's introduce water reminder time. Let's have water reminder apps in our phones. So we also are trying to use this data to impact the lifestyle choices and the changes that we can bring. Because all learning must lead to change in behavior. Otherwise, the learning is of no use. Similarly, we compared the sleep patterns. For some reason, young children seem to sleep much better than the young adults. Maybe they're spending more time on the screen. Maybe they're chatting with their friends, or maybe they're studying, but then not having enough sleep has a cascading effect on the health. And we saw that girls seem to be having less physical exercise and activities than boys, which also tells us as policy makers where we need to impact our students' program in the classroom. So that is why we did a year-long program, and today what you saw is a culmination and a presentation of our Health MELA. So what you saw today is not something that is borrowed from a textbook or downloaded from Google or just simply research that has been thrown at, but children have actually recorded, examined, analyzed, and diagnosed their own lifestyle choices. So my hope is that they go home thinking about where they're doing well, where they need to change, and I'm hoping that they will make this change in their behavior so that they will have a healthy lifestyle. While you saw what you saw in the classroom, all that displayed, we also realized that health doesn't mean it has to be a serious talk. It can be presented, the good news can be, the same ideas can be presented through different forms. So that's why we included Zumba, dancercise, and also healthy eating with demos of food. And then we also had a play called Sarve Bhavantu Niramaya, where we are talking in a humorous way, but an important way, that we spend too much time on screen. Then we called Dr. Renu Mathani to talk about posture, because I think a simple attempt to make changes can also have an important impact on health. So we also created a lot of public program to create that awareness. For example, we have brought now Dr. Agashe's movie, Astu. This is to talk about the social health, society's health of old age care. Because I think we need to foresee how our society is changing. We need to foresee how our young people are changing in their lifestyle. And we need to foresee how our family systems are breaking down. And we need to see what are the safety nets that are falling apart. And we need to create an awareness so that we as a society can hold some of the crucial elements of a social system of family care, family support, old age care, empathy and understanding as a way of mental health. And that's why we want to show Dr. Agashe's movie as a community and a social or a societal health. I think there is enough evidence to show how music improves our mental state. It creates calmness, it brings happiness, and it calms your nerves. We have read all that. Similarly, we have read that dance, apart from the physical exercise part and the motor coordination, the gross and the fine motor coordination, it's also about rhythm. It's also about attuned to keeping the heart rate with the dance movements. We have also learned a lot about that. And same with sports, when our young people spend a lot of hormones, which are really needed to be spent, it has relieved a lot of hormones, and that helps them to focus again on a very healthy mind and body and soul. So that's also what we saw today, that our school, anyway, Orchid School has all this as part of the curriculum. But I keep telling the team that we need to provide space for students to play, because play is an important social learning. Play is not just a game. Our children learn the maximum on playgrounds while they're playing a sport. They learn to get along with each other, they learn to lead, they accept defeat. I mean, think about the mental health aspect of it, think about the social health aspect of it. And I think we undermine the impact of all these in the curriculum. So this is again to bring it to the awareness level of all the educators, that create opportunity for students to dance, dramatize, listen to music, sing along. So that's why we also created jamming and play a sport, so that our children become much more holistic in terms of the mind, body and soul healthy people.
Hello, I'm Nabrata Majail, principal of the school. Orchid School is known for doing things which really matter to any individual, not only the students but their families, their parents, grandparents also. So this was one such initiative, that is Health MELA, which we thought about a year ago, and it was very well taken by all the stakeholders. The preparation began actually almost 6 months ago, when inside the classroom we started collecting data about sleep, water, social health, emotional health and nutrition. So it was really amazing to see kids and their families involved in that and helped us in taking that analysis in very serious way, because then it was not just that we are collecting data, we worked on that, we analyzed it and we worked in such a way that we could suggest certain ways of improvement in the way the people were actually living. So I think we have made some initiative in that direction where people are thinking about their health, and also we suggested certain measures where they can really take care of their lifestyle and should be healthy. For example, today's session, actually it was a 2 days event. So 25th we kept only for students so that they are totally immersed in the activities which they have planned for themselves and the parents and their friends also. So 26th, that is today, it was actually an overwhelming response which we got from parents. The footfall was enormous. In every part of the school there was something or the other happening. We had drum circle, we had art therapy, total relaxation booth where you just go and relax and talk to yourself, and also Zumba exercises and jamming sessions. I really was amazed to see that not even a single section was left not attended. There were parents, there were kids, and there were so many friends really coming and saying thank you for this initiative. And I have got feedback that every parent wants it to be a regular feature, not just a year's theme or a kind of an activity. So we are looking forward to see it as a part of our curriculum and planning every year, and we'll see it happening every day, otherwise also in our life. We also arranged to screen this movie Astu. If you really see the way we are living in today's life, we are only living for today. Nobody is actually thinking about what's going to happen to us in our old age. I think I'll say that our parents are still in a situation where we can give them some time and energy, whatever we are left with. But in years to come, probably that is going to be one of the concerns for all of us, especially the old age and also the health in old age. So this movie is going to kind of showcase that reality, and probably making one person meet oneself while going through this movie, and to be ready for what can happen and probably avoid what can happen to us in the old age. I think it's very important to think about health in every aspect, not only your individual but society and family health. So Astu movie talks about that element of health, and also that there is a lot of goodness around. You just have to go out and ask for help. So let's not be in a shell and say, okay, I will only take care of myself. You just have to go out. There are people who are there to help you out, and then it's a collective responsibility of society, individual and the family to take care of our elderly. And art therapy, I was really amazed. It's an overwhelming experience for me personally, because first time I think after in many years I could sit and just use colors, and I was amazed at the kind of artwork which I could create. I was really not prepared to see myself doing all this, and then whatever I've created, I was so proud of it. I can guarantee that all those who were doing this activity were so engrossed and immersed in that activity. You just forget about everything, and the students were so very helpful to help you understand, okay, it's all right if you're not able to gather those colors together, and you're not able to create out of it. Give yourself some time. So in all these activities, I think the best part was there was an objective which was very clear to every stakeholder, and children were able to tell it to the parents and even to the teachers that you are here because you are doing this for yourself. And I think that was the best time spent with myself in the art therapy, and I'm happy to see that overwhelming response from the parents also. I think one of the best day spent so far. I really enjoyed every bit of it.
Hi, I'm Sangeeta Kapoor. I'm the Vice Principal of the school. The Orchid School is known for mainly the experiential activities for the students. So what is relevant in time, that kind of experience and exposure we try to give to the student. So this year when we have realized that the lifestyle of the people is changing as per the time, to more technology based generation, so how that lifestyle is getting impacted, so this idea came up of organizing the health MELA towards lifestyle approach. So as it started right from the month of June, students and the teachers have explored the various aspects. They have analyzed their water pattern, water drinking pattern, sleep pattern, nutrition, fats and everything. So when they were doing all these activities, it was a self-realization that how these things, when they are ignoring because of maybe they are engaged with technology, or they are just busy in something else, and they are not taking the proper nutrition due to eating fast food or not drinking proper water, that self-realization has come and people have started improving. So in terms, if I have to say about myself, my water intake has increased. So because I used to be busy in the work, so sometimes I used to forget that I have to drink water. So I have kept a reminder on my phone that I have to drink water because it's important for me. Then only I will be able to function. So I have seen that in students also. Now when I go to the class or I meet the students or teacher, they say, are you doing the exercise, or they talk about the health things. So I have started walking, or I'm doing exercise, or this is nutritious, that is nutritious, or I have started intake of my water. I have to sleep for so many hours. So that impact gradually comes. So instead of preaching people that this is good and this is not good, it's better to let them explore, let them self-analyze and self-realize, so that they make the change in this. So if I have to talk about the Orchid School, we never go on the only what is being said by people. It's better that you explore what is said by people and then self-realize, and then you convey it to the people in your context, that this is my finding, this is I have you can say done the research, this is I have explored, and then I'm showing it to you, so you do your self-realization and you make the change in your life. Thank you.
My name is Baishakhi Bapat and I am the Training and Study Visits Coordinator over here. Today's Health MELA is a culmination of this full year's our initiative towards having a healthy lifestyle. So we have done many things throughout the year, like taken some active initiative to do yoga sessions for staff, pranayam sessions for students. We also had a trek for the students and teachers in this year. So all our activities has been around like whether it was a field trip or whether it was an excursion or it was a training. We tried to bring in the health aspect, and in even in our diet and food nutrition intake or water intake, consciously we have been doing it ourselves and reminding each other and our children and our family members that why it is so important to be healthy today, because you can have everything, but if you don't have a good health, you cannot enjoy anything. So if the priority should be our health, and that is why when we say health is wealth, this is what we mean by it, that invest today in a healthy lifestyle, invest in yourself, take the time out, do the social and emotional activities which will build our a strong person, and as a result a strong body, and which will be benefit for us and the society. The art therapy which was there today as an activity, through art we can express our inner emotions, and there are sometimes we are disturbed or we have stress or there is inner turmoil. I think through this therapy we can understand our pains and troubles, and we can, there is a outlet, there is a positive outlet, there is a venting out of in a positive way. So it is a very good thing, which even I did the sand therapy, the sand activity. In that, when I did it also, like whatever came to my mind, I was told that you draw that, and it kind of was in sync with what I was thinking and what was my output. So in that way, I think it's all to do with our emotions, I think, because if we are not emotionally stable, then we will never be mentally strong or physically active. I think there is a big connection between our emotions, our mind and our body. So all three need to be nurtured, and this art therapy is one way of doing, for our emotional health. It's a very good activity.
Good evening everyone. I'm Ganesh Phule. I'm working as an admin head in Orchid School. In this Orchid School, we had organized Health MELA on 25th and 26th of November. This is basically just to create awareness in our students, in parents, in staff. We live in our today's hectic life. We are just in stress. We are not paying attention towards our health. This is to just give little bit attention towards our health. In administration section, all departments work together as a team. Our accounts department, store department, art department, IT department, everybody is work hard, and working with this team, we made this event very successful. Thank you.